Hello and welcome to Kendra's Card Challenge number 19, Stamps of Life Hop. Today, all of the designers in this hop will be using products from Stamps of Life. And so I have chosen a few products from Stamps of Life that I'm going to use today. So the first one here is the Happy Birthday stamp set. It has a lot of birthday wishes on it. And then I thought this one was absolutely adorable. It is birds to stamp, and it's got these 3 little birds on there and some cute little bird sayings. And then I found this die I had never seen on their site, but it's been there for a long time, but it's called a Peekaboo Square die, and then this Forever Friends collection paper pad that I'm going to use. Now the Peekaboo die, I've never tried a card like that before, but I thought this would be a lot of fun. So I'm just going to go through my paper pad now and pick out some papers to use on my card. And so I'm going to be creating sketch number 15. And so for sketch number 15, you can see there that you need to have 3 different colors of paper. And then you will also need some background paper. So I'm just trying to figure out which 3 sheets that I want to use from this paper pack. I'm kind of thinking I want 2 pinks and then the background paper that has the wording on it. But I'm just not sure. Do I want to add in, instead of just the 2 pinks, do I want to pull in another color that's in that Forever Friends background paper? And so I'm looking at the blue and thinking that might be good to pull in as well. Now this is the koala themed collection, but I really thought these colors would look really good with those birds. It kind of gave me a tropical feeling, and I was thinking those birds kind of felt tropical. So that's why I chose it. So I've gone ahead and chose my paper. I've cut my paper out, and this is the 1 1/2 inch square that you need to cut for your card. So I'm just going through and figuring out which die will fit on the inside of that square, because what I need to do is I need to have a little bit of frame around it for this little peekaboo piece to work. So I used this size. I don't even know what size it was. I think it's 1 1/4, but you can see here why you need the frame. It adds that little score line, and then you have the little, cuts out the little flap so that you have a little peekaboo. So I thought that was so much fun. So I also did cut out a piece of white cardstock that measures 1 1/2. It's a 1 1/2 square, just like the blue cardstock. So my thoughts are that little bird I think would be really cute peeking through, or I could put a birthday wish. So what I'm trying to do is figure out which one will fit behind this size peekaboo die. And so I've decided to use the sentiment from the birthday set. And this one says, not older, just better. Now I haven't stamped these before, so it's a brand new stamp set. So what I'm trying to do is just stamp it a couple of times so I can make sure that I've got the hang of it, so I get a good impression the first time I stamp on my little piece of paper. Now I wanted it to be, the wording to be small enough that once you have the framed out piece, you can actually still read it. So you have to keep all of those things in mind when you're making these peekaboo cards. But I really thought today that it would be fun to take a Kendra's Card Challenge sketch, and instead of it just being a basic card, make it an interactive card, because I absolutely love interactive cards. So when I saw these peekaboo dies, I thought, okay, this is going to be fun to make some cards. And also they have the rectangle ones, but I decided to get the squares this time, and maybe next time I will order the rectangles, because you get several different sizes. So I see a lot of peekaboo cards in my future. I think this will be fun for Christmas cards as well. So I'm just adding a little glue around the frame. You don't want to glue that flap because you want it to be able to open up. So just add a thin line of glue around the frame, and then I'm going to just attach it to my white background paper. So you're not really going to see this white paper until you open the flap up and see the wording. And so the little bird, I have gone ahead and cut it out. Well, I stamped it, cut it out, and colored it in with my alcohol markers. And then I've gone ahead and cut the papers, but I also went ahead and cut some black solid paper for my background paper. If you'll look at the sketch, it has each square or rectangle has a background sheet to it as well. So I've gone ahead and done all of that. So I am ready to start putting my card together. And we have our little peekaboo element ready to go. So I am just making an A2 size card using the same measurements that's in the sketch. Now I'm just trying to decide which one of these birthday wishes fits the sentiment strip. So the sentiment strip, the measurements are in the sketch, and so I had cut it according to the sketch. So I'm just finding a sentiment in this pack that will fit nicely on that size piece of paper. And so once again, I've never stamped these, so I'm just going to use a piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to stamp a couple just so I can get a feel for, you know, how it stamps and how to hold the stamp, because I'm terrible at stamping wording. I always get it crooked, so I have to practice a few times. And so this sentiment is a really very plain but simple sentiment, and I really liked it. It fit perfect on this piece. It says birthday hugs. Well, it says birthday wishes with hugs and kisses. I thought that was really cute. Now, I'm not going to center the sentiment on this piece because I do have plans. If you look at the sketch, it shows a flower, but you can put anything there that you want. So I have plans to put the bird there. So I'm going to make sure that I have enough room to attach the bird beside the sentiment. So now I'm just going to layer everything up. I'm layering my pattern paper onto the black cardstock, the background paper. So a little bit about this hop. So this hop is for the Stamps of Life, and Stamps of Life is a super sponsor for Kendra's Card Challenge. And so we absolutely love all of our sponsors for the Kendra's Card Challenge, and that's what helps keep our challenge going. So be sure to support our sponsors. If you are enjoying this challenge and you love participating in the Kendra's Card Challenge, be sure to check out our sponsors and support them. They really help us out. So for some of these videos, they send us products, but they also provide gift certificates or products for the giveaways for when you enter the Kendra's Card Challenge. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Kendra's Card Challenge, be sure to read my description. In my description, I have a link where you can download the PDF for the card challenge, and it costs nothing to participate in the card challenge. And so you can download that, and you create 15 cards using 6 6x6 sheets of paper. So it's a lot of fun to do. Now today I am just making individual sketches, but it is so much fun to sit down and make those 15 cards. And when you get done, you feel so accomplished. So if you decide to enter the challenge, you'll just make your 15 cards, and then you're going to take one picture of all 15 cards, and then you will add that to the link it's in the PDF, and I'm pretty sure it's on Kendra's website as well on how to enter the challenge. So a little bit about our super sponsor, Stamps of Life. So Stamps of Life is a store online that has, and I'm sure most of you have heard of Stamps of Life, but I'm just going through this in case you are new to Stamps of Life or you're new to card making. But Stamps of Life is an online shop, and she carries, Stephanie is the owner of it. I love watching her videos. She's very energetic and just very sweet lady. And so I do watch her lives a lot, and I enjoy seeing her create cards and just really showing what's new. She also has products on HSN. So but she has the online store. I will link it below in my description. And in her store, she offers paper and stamps and ink pads and dies, all kinds of paper crafting items. So there's even storage items. There's a lot in that shop. So be sure to check it out. And every time I shop in it, I find something new. Just like this time, that peekaboo die is not new, but I found it. But she is always coming out, or the store is always coming out with, I'm sure it's not just one lady. There's other people helping her, because I know her husband helps her in the videos. But in her shop, she's always coming out with new products. She also has a monthly subscription, which I have been very tempted to sign up for. It's just that I stay so busy, I don't know if I'd have time to play with the monthly subscription, but I have been very tempted. And this month, the subscription is a stamp set for cats. And you know how much I love my cats. So I was very tempted to do that. But she also has different subscriptions, like for stamp and dies and card making kits. So just check out her shop. I will link it below. Also, be sure to look in the description. I know this is a lot of information to share at one time, but be sure to read through my description, because this hop is also a giveaway hop. You could win a free 1-month subscription to Kendra's Patreon. And so Kendra's Patreon, so the Kendra's Card Challenge is free to participate in, but if you're part of Kendra's Patreon, then you'll get extras depending on which level you get. There are card kits and mystery card kits and different levels that you can participate in. Some of them you just get free downloads, but be sure to check that out as well. All of that information will be on Kendra's website, and that's going to be probably in about the first part of my description. But in the description, there will be a link to a form that you can fill out to try and win the giveaway for the monthly 1 month subscription to her Patreon. Well, I'm almost done with this card, so I've layered all of my pieces up, and now it's time to add this adorable little bird, and I think he's so cute. So here is the completed card. I love the colors in this paper pack, and there is the little peekaboo. Not older, just better. So I want to make one more card today, so I'm going to do sketch number 11, and once again, I'm going to use my peekaboo die, because this one also uses a 1.5 inch square, I do believe. Look at your measurements on the sketch, because I am just going off memory, and so be sure to check that out if you're going to make the card. So for the card, I'm starting out and I'm stamping the sentiment onto my decorative paper that I'm going to use for my background. So this card now is not as flashy as the first one. I'm trying to keep it more masculine. So I think I was successful with that when we see it at the end. But this little bird right here, I thought he was absolutely adorable. So I thought he would be so cute when you open the little peekaboo, if he's sitting there peeking out at you. And then in the stamp set, there's also a small stamp that says hi. So I'm going to use that to stamp right beside the little bird. And so I think he's adorable. The way he was leaning, I thought he was perfect to be peeking out. Now I am testing the stamp out here, just trying to make sure I get it. It's the first time I've ever used it, so I'm getting it prepped. But also, I like to figure out how much I need to hold it, or how much pressure I need to put so that I can get those letters really crisp. Now I will say the Stamps of Life stamps, when you get them, the first stamping is beautiful. So I know some stamp sets you have to really work with them to get them going good, I guess because of oils and things. But Stamps of Life, I haven't found that. I found that when I stamped them the first time, they're really good stamps. They're really crisp and clear. So once again, I'm adding my little peekaboo frame to the white background piece. And then I realized I forgot to color in my bird. So really, I should have colored this bird in before I glued the frame on, but it was fine. I just went back and colored it in. So I'm just going to layer up all of the pieces for this card. And as I'm putting the card together, I do realize that I made a little mistake, but I don't think it's a big enough mistake to trash the card. But that sentiment would have been so much better if I had put it more towards the bottom, because I would have had more room for these squares. But I still think that the square fits in with the sentiment just fine. But in hindsight, I would have lowered that. But I still like the card, so I went ahead and finished it. And I colored in this bird here, but you notice I used a different blue. I was trying to match the blue on the card. So I did go back and recolor the little bird as well so that they would match. And I think they're absolutely adorable. So here are the two cards that I completed today, Sketch 11 and Sketch 15. And I hope that you get some inspiration from today's hop, and I hope you'll hop along to all of the other designers in today's hop. That link is in my description as well. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.